How you doing there, little buddy? This is day 3 on the San Rafael Swell. The first day we arrived, set up camp, and shot the cosmos. The second day we went rockhounding, where we found the giant veins of agate, just huge seam agate. And then today we're going to be doing a number of different rockhounding at a number of different locations, thanks to Bert and Belinda that I'm with that know this area very, very well. And everywhere they take me, I'm just blown away because the scenery changes. And today is a little bit of a cloudy day, so there's sun breaking through the clouds, and you know, it kind of highlights those beautiful cliffs, and it's also a little cooler. So there's Belinda rockhounding right over there and Bert over there, and we're going to join them in this location. We're supposed to find a lot of beautiful jasper and agate, smaller pieces of jasper and agate, which are great because I love to tumble. So let's get at it. So this agate has some beautiful, beautiful color to it. An absolutely gorgeous agate. A lot of different color. I'm seeing, you know, the darker, deep reds, and yet somewhat translucent as well. Like the prior place yesterday, maybe not quite to that extent, but again, very prevalent, easy to find. These will tumble up beautifully. I'll tell you, Bert and Belinda know their locations out here. Coming back from the spot yesterday, we ran across an elderly couple that were parked on the side of the dirt road. They were out looking for agate. They were 1 mile short, and they were having a hard time. They'd read in a book somewhere that out on Last Chance Road there's good agate. That's where we were, but you know, they were 1 mile short, and so we gave them the right coordinates to get there. But that's how it is out here. You can be, you know, on the other side of those cliffs right there, and there's nothing, and then you find it in abundance here. So, you know, that's rockhounding. And fortunately, Bert and Belinda know where things are here because they don't live far from here. Belinda is the curator of the local museum, so they know their stuff, and I kind of got the advantage there, and I'm very grateful for that. This is interesting. I've joined Bert and Belinda over here, and I like the look of that one. And then what do we have going on here?
Wondering what that is.
This one here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to clean it up and take a look at it.
Okay.
There's a bunch of this blood mixed.
Hey, Cooper. This is Shadow, one of Shadow's best friends now, Cooper, and the other little dog, Peggy. And Shadow likes them so much that at night he wants to sleep in the camper with them. And Bert and Belinda are nice enough to allow that. I feel like I've been displaced.
He just wants to sleep over.
He does. He wants to sleep over. There's one of those colorful ones. I like all of them. The colorful ones, the clear ones, the mixed ones. I like them all. And these are just the right size to throw in the tumbler, you know. So I'm keeping my tumblers busy these days. I've got 2 3-pound tumblers, 2 4-pound tumblers, and 1 12-pound tumbler going 24/7. Look at that one. That's beautiful. And when they're tumbled up, you can just see right through them. And you can see the internal structure. And that's sometimes a lot like what I see in my pictures of space. So it's uncannily similar sometimes. That's a nice one right there. Let's see. I'll take both those. Perfect tumbling size. Yeah, Belinda was saying that she likes to walk along this creek bed, and I see why now. It's got a little bit of everything in it. Look at this, is interesting now. This rock is a conglomerate. You would think it's concrete. I mean, it looks like concrete, but it's, you know, it's a conglomerate, and I would say that it's some form of a mudstone holding it all together. This is the San Rafael Swell, layers and layers of various sedimentary rock, sandstone, limestone, shale. So I learned that that dark layer is mostly shale. And you've got other, you know, dolomite and, you know, various forms of sedimentary rock. So this was all this agate was formed in sedimentary rock, and it gets a little confusing because there's a volcano that blew up about 10 miles away, and you find some volcanic rock out here too that literally was thrown out of the volcano and landed out here. So sometimes it's confusing to figure out, was this made in volcanic or sedimentary rock? But these agates were made in sedimentary rock, formed in sedimentary rock. Boy, that's beautiful. Take that one. Check out this one. So I like to tumble the thin ones because you can just see right through them when they're done. They turn out thin, and you can just hold them up to the light and look right into them and see the internal structure. They're really cool. How are you doing there, little buddy? Hi, you look as happy as can be. He is in paradise for him. He loves this stuff. Oh yeah. So now this one's got some visible crystals. So this, when you can see the visible crystals, and I can definitely see them. I might even show this to you under the electron microscope, but you know, those are quartz crystals. And then inside here is agate microcrystalline. This is a very interesting rock. Let's take this back and study it a little bit. What are you doing? I'm hot. As long as he's not rolling in a cow pie, which he's not, but he's done that before, and it's not good. I like this one. All the different colors in it. Oops. Greens and reds. You know, this agate out here, and this jasper, you know, it's got the microcrystalline, but it's also got crystallized stuff going on in here too. You see, I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but in that little pocket there, that's all crystals. Little crystals. The sun is reflecting them, and I can see it with the naked eye. If I have to, I'll show it to you under the microscope. Have a clear one, that'll tumble up nice. That one one looks pretty fragmented there. There's just so much. What do you think, Shadow? Huh? What are you looking at? You're filthy again. What do you see? You see something. So we have a combination of agate and jasper going on here. If it's translucent or transparent, we call it an agate. If it's opaque, we call it a jasper. Both are a form of chalcedony, and chalcedony is silicon dioxide, SiO2. And it makes its way with geothermal activity, with water, into crevices and crannies and layers down. You know, the geothermal activity layers in the silica, SiO2, and under heat and pressure, it begins to harden. And if it hardens and crystallizes at the microcrystal level or cryptocrystal level, we call it, you know, chalcedony. If it's translucent or transparent, we throw it in the agate family, and I'm speaking in general, big broad terms here. Or if it's got other minerals in it that give it color and it's opaque, we throw it into the jasper family. And there's a lot of, I mean, that's really just generally speaking. There's so much more to it. Jared at Currently Rockhounding did a fantastic video on really just how complex these terms are. And I'll put a little link to it because it's worth reading, or watching. But I'm just using general terms, and frankly, the subject itself is a big, thick book of information, is what it is. And I am not going to pretend to be the world's authority on chalcedony, agates, and jaspers, and opals, and all the various forms of silica. But I know enough that agate and jasper tumble up beautifully, and we're here to gather beautiful samples or specimens to throw in the tumbler. If you've watched my videos before, you know I'm a sucker for trees. I just love these old gnarled things. They're just artistic. That's what they are. I have a dear friend that can paint things like that, Jan. Hi, Jan. She is an amazing artist. Oh, that's beautiful stuff. Look at that right there. A lot of color going on in that. I mean, this whole spot, you just dig through here and fill the bucket from this little location right here. But since there's such variety around here, I want to keep kind of just moving around because it changes from location to location, even by just yardage. This looks like it would be really a good one. I'll clean it up and show it to you. Okay, we've reached that point where I'm going to get even more picky because it's so abundant, and the bucket will get filled up real fast. You know, these little outcroppings must be just like veins of it right underneath. And here in this stream, when it rains out here in the desert, when it rains, it's torrential rain, and it's you know, washes down fiercely and uncovers and brings up this agate and jasper. That's a really pretty jasper right there. So this is kind of interesting to me because you can see it's still got part of the host. So it shows how it was formed. Okay. So I'm going to ask Belinda. Belinda, how did you find this location?
We just took a drive and we're looking. You get to where you know what to look for. And we saw a hillside that just kind of sparkled. And there's a lot of gypsum in the strata, so you know that there's going to be some agates and those kind of things too.
Well, you certainly did find it. I mean, look at this spot right here. It's just everywhere.
Yeah. Well, did you see the great big pieces of gypsum?
No.
I'll have to show those to you. There's also down in the wash, if you come up this way down in the wash, there's alabaster.
Oh. Ooh, can you show me some of that?
Yeah.
Awesome. Ooh, let's go check that out. Okay, we're coming up onto the gypsum. And that is gypsum, all right. Now, somebody's been digging in this. Is there selenite or crystals in here, do you think?
Well, gypsum is a crystal. It's just really soft. They use it to make sheetrock. They've mined it out here. They use it to make sheetrock. But
Yeah, I can see.
probably somebody
I can
didn't-
see crystals in there, little ones.
Somebody's just been digging for rocks right here. But look at the big chunks.
So, one of the forms of gypsum is selenite, which is that transparent, kind of translucent, thin, almost like window glass a little bit. I mean, yeah, you can see the crystals in there. Boy, that's light. The camera never wants to pick up the little reflections coming off of the small crystals where the naked eye picks it all up, but this is super light. Gypsum. So alabaster, what's the composition of alabaster?
I think it's really similar. It just has the red clay mixed in with it, so it's pink.
So similar to the gypsum
Yeah.
with other minerals giving it color?
But it's harder than like gypsum.
So that's alabaster right there.
It's what they made the Egyptian bottles for the different body parts.
Oh, when they would embalm or entomb, remove
Mummify,
mummify. Yeah, that's the right word, mummify.
but that's alabaster.
They would carve it out of alabaster, the bottles, the jars. The San Rafael Swell is full of surprises.
Geology.
Ooh, there's something right there. That's a little harder. That's a little bit harder than what we were. Still, in the softer side of things, but.
Yeah.
We're back at the truck now, and we've got some water. Oh, wow.
The
Wow, that is beautiful.
textile gun will clean out the bots and druzy. And I'll
Really?
probably just face polish this part.
Yeah. Get in the sunshine. Yeah. Really beautiful.
I don't know if I like this lighter colored pink or not.
The orange? That's what. Oh, okay.
I guess not.
Yeah. This one I like.
But that puts you in mind of those celestite nodules.
It does. Well, I've seen a lot of the stuff that.
This is the big one, by the way, from yesterday. That Bert spent quite a bit of time working on to get out. That is huge.
Yeah, it would have been a lot easier with the impact hammer and feathering wedges.
He did it all by hand.
Yes, the legal way. I just got a coating of quartz crystalline on top of the agate.
Yeah, sure enough.
Oh, wow.
So this is our first stop of the day. We have several more to go. What's our next stop called?
Head of Sinbad.
Head of Sinbad. Okay, we're going to load up and head for the Head of Sinbad.